Hey guys, it's Di, and we are taking a few days off of day in the life vlogging, but we'll have some later on the week or next week. And I wanted to do a video today to kick off Stay-at-Home Mom September, where I'm going to be doing different videos like I did last year, tackling stay-at-home mom issues, and also just answering you guys' video requests if you have anything that's stay-at-home mom oriented. I've had a few requests already for a playroom tour, a Natalie update, which we've seen huge changes if you saw some of our day in the life vlogs, but I'll go ahead and do a dedicated Natalie update. And I also just wanted to do a preschool update on Isabella as well. So I'll have all those sorts of things coming up as well. But today, this is something that someone asked for on one of the day in the life vlogs toward the beginning of Vlogust. And I wanted to tackle this one right at the beginning because I thought it was an interesting and important topic. And the person had requested for me to do a video in Stay-at-Home Mom September on staying positive and how I stay positive even with dealing with a hectic schedule or the stress of 2 kids and that sort of thing. And I definitely would say to start out that I would say that I probably tend to be like a glasses half full type of person anyways. That's just the side that I err on. But that doesn't mean that I don't get overwhelmed and I don't get stressed and I don't definitely see the negatives in situations for sure. I always in my life just try to keep striving for the next best possible situation, and I think that the drive is a lot internal. That was where it comes from, but then also part of what gives me that drive with the kids is also knowing that I just want to do the best for them and kind of give them the best start as well. So part of the way that I stay positive, even on days or times when I really don't want to stay positive, is just trying to take myself back from the situation and look at the whole thing. Sometimes if we're talking on a very minuscule, type of like the kids aren't listening to me type of, on the small scale situation, I think that in situations like that, sometimes it's taking a step back and evaluating how dire of a situation it is, and maybe if it's my mindset of the day or maybe if they're just having a tough day, that step back really kind of allows me to refocus myself in a more positive aspect. And that's not to say that I don't catch myself coming at things sometimes from a more like discipline aspect. Like if the kids aren't listening, I tend to try to discipline first rather than forgetting to reward for the positive. So that's actually something that I'm trying to work on for myself, is work on positive reinforcement rather than just going straight to discipline. So what I mean by that is, instead of like if they're getting into something or doing something wrong, obviously discipline them. But I am wanting to do more on the positive reinforcement side, like having sticker charts and reward charts. We did that with potty training. It seemed to help a little bit, but I also want to do it with behavior for Bella. If she listens or she does something nice for her sister, I've been wanting to do a reward chart just to kind of focus on the positives. So I think that focusing on the positives is one way to stay positive, obviously, because if you focus on the negative, then that inherently makes you negative. And that was one thing also I was going to mention in this video. I heard a long time ago, I don't even know where I heard this, whether it was a college class or a classmate or a teacher or a parent, I don't know where I heard this. But a long time ago, this has always stuck with me, I heard that what you see in the world is a reflection of yourself. And that has just always stuck with me. So basically, if I see anger or resentment or any sort of other negative type of characteristic in other people, I really kind of try to check out the situation and see if I'm not just seeing a reflection of myself in someone else. And I especially have to use this tactic, not so much with the kids, but I find that this works especially well with my husband. Because if I'm getting very cranky because I'm wanting him to do something, or if I feel like he's not stepping up in certain areas, the attributes that I'm kind of getting out of sorts about, I really have to take the reflection back and make sure that I'm not just seeing a reflection of what I'm worried about seeing in myself, or maybe what I'm actually up to at the time. So that's something that's always kind of stuck with me, and I find that just kind of keeping that in mind helps remind me to stay positive, and also just kind of reminds me that what you put out in the world is going to come back to you. For the majority of the time, I really try to put, you know, good positive things out into the world. I enjoy helping people. Even me doing YouTube videos started from the basis of I thought I could help people out by doing reviews on handbags to help them make a decision about a purchase, and that's basically how I started doing YouTube videos. So I do definitely like the aspect of helping people, not only because it's a positive thing, but then also because it's just something good to do. So then, in the aspect of the kids, and especially I think the person that requested this or was asking about it was specifically interested in like the challenges with Natalie. How do you stay positive about that? How do you kind of put a spin on something that initially comes across as a negative thing, like, oh my goodness, we're gonna have to deal with this and deal with this, and how do you turn it into something positive? And I'd say the main thing with tackling something like that and how I've tried to stay positive throughout dealing with Natalie's new issues that have come up, and even things with Bella that may be behavioral oriented, or if we're working on a skill and that sort of thing. The main thing I do initially is try to find the positives. So, okay, Natalie is behind in speech, but what do we have? We have the fact that she is really good in gross motor skills, and she's good in fine motor skills, and she's up to level on those. So we can celebrate that fact, and the nice thing about the speech is that there are things out there available like speech therapy. So I can be proactive and find those things and make it a positive thing that, you know, could have been a negative thing, and I could have been like down in the dumps about it, like, oh my goodness, Natalie's behind on speech, what am I gonna do? So it is kind of easy to get caught up into that mindset, I think, but if you just try to always find the positive in the situation, even if it's a bad situation, there usually can always be one silver line, and try to build up something new from that silver lining. That's really how I try to look at situations. I've had people request me to do a draw my life video. I'm considering it, guys, I really am, but I think it'd be like the worst draw my life video on YouTube. But the only reason I mention it is because I think it kind of ties into this topic about how I stay positive and how I find the positives in every situation. I think that probably where I come from would make more sense if you saw that Draw My Life video, which is one of the only reasons I'm considering doing it. But I do think it would be a horrible video in the drawing aspect, in the storytelling aspect, and probably just overall. So that's why I'm hesitating, but if I do it, maybe it'll be uploaded sometime this month. I really don't know. But anyhow, back to topic at hand. And then I would say, as far as just trying to keep a positive overview of life, what really helps me stay a positive person as a mommy is getting that time to be myself and reflect on myself and getting mommy time. I mean, that is really, I can point to the single number one most important thing to keep me a positive person is getting that mommy time. So I need to be able to go work out. I need that time, as shallow as this sounds, to go walk around a store and look at things without children with me. I enjoy my pedicure time. So whatever those things are that is your time, is your mommy time away from children, I think it's really valuable, because I notice that when the times between those times when I get mommy time is longer and longer, I tend to get more stressed out. I start to become a more negative person, and I'm just overall grumpier. So that time to just remind myself who I am and be able to be my own person while still being mommy. But I think that is really what helps keep me centered. And whether it's something as small as working out, going to do Zumba, or going to do yoga, both things I really enjoy. And I can take the kids to the childcare at the gym, so that one's a little bit easier. Or if it's trying to schedule with my husband, I really need to go get a pedicure, I really need to go get a haircut. When can you book me to watch the kids so I can make a hair appointment or nail appointment or whatever? I think that those things are really important to do, and even though I know that it's tough if you guys have a husband or significant other that is very work-oriented, has to work a lot, or even if they're home, they always have projects going on where they want to be working on something around the house, on vehicles or that sort of thing, and that kind of always takes a priority for them. You have to just get to a mindset where you say, hey, you know what, this is important too, I need this time, let's schedule it in. So that being said, another thing that I've done to kind of help promote that healthy, positive lifestyle for the fall is I found a Mom's Day Out program where the girls are going to be going, hopefully both of them, in the morning, although one of the girls is waitlisted right now. But it's just a few hours in the morning, one day a week, and I'm going to use this as my errand time to go run errands solo. I might even start doing grocery shopping during that time, and then also I can schedule appointments like going to the dentist, getting haircuts, all that sort of thing during this time. And that will kind of help free up like one weekday morning. So if that's something that's available to you and kind of within your means to do, I would highly suggest it. I think that there's a lot of, kind of positivity that would come from that as well. So hopefully, to the person that asked this question, I hope that I answered your question somewhat. I think just to kind of sum it up, part of it is just my general personality. I've always tried to be kind of a glass is half full type of person and kind of look at the brighter side of things. But even when times get tough, or even when I'm stressed out or the kids are stressing me out, I do have those moments of feeling overwhelmed or stressed. And I think that what gets me through those and what helps me stay positive is just trying to maintain that positive mindset, actively maintain it. Like, think to myself, okay, we're getting a little bit too negative here. Let's, try to be more positive. Or also just being able to step back and take a breath and evaluate the situation, or step back, take a breath, and get some time to myself. Both really seem to kind of help me keep centered and be a more positive mommy. Definitely let me know down below if you guys have any video requests for Stay at Home Mom September, because that's basically what I like to make it, is centered more around requests. Last year I did my cleaning routine. People asked about budgeting. I'm going to be touching on moving this year. So I like to really kind of touch on the topics where I haven't really had time to focus on them all year long. And Stay at Home Mom September is basically just for us to chat about stay at home mom activities and issues. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you later on in September for other fun day in the life videos and Stay at Home Mom September videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.